In terms of TIA technology, I think this is one of the first that's probably gone that whole route from a research concept through to something that's actually now being put into production and with global demand and supplying to that global market. So yeah, look, we're just at the tail end of the Bilby project, having recently worked closely with Sentek through the soil CRC to commercialise the Bilby, and we're at a point now where we've been assisting Sentek to put the technology into production, and they released it to their global distribution network at their annual conference a couple of weeks ago. Look, it's huge. I think the journey to come out of research projects and to actually get a product into the commercial domain is a massive undertaking, and I think it's been a 6-year process, and it quite often doesn't happen. Quite often these innovations end up sort of stuck in research or not going anywhere. So partnering with the right partner as early as possible was important. Sentek understanding the research environment and being supportive of that, and working closely with TIA and the university and being supportive helped us along that path efficiently, which was great.
So farmers have a real hassle with measuring soil moisture for irrigation scheduling, and that is that current technology requires them to have a moisture probe in the ground, but also to have solar panels, batteries and data nodes that sit above ground so they can recharge the battery and send the data to the cloud so farmers can access it. And this presents a problem because of risk of damage from other machinery movements, stock animals and pests like cockatoos and rats. There's a very high risk of damaging the equipment. And also farmers need to access paddocks all the time for spraying and other farm operations, and this gear sits in the paddock and is a problem, it gets in the way. Our solution was to put all that equipment underground and send the data through the soil to a receiver which sits outside the paddock on a gateway or a laneway, several hundred metres away.
Sentek have had inquiries from all over the world, people pretty keen to get this into ag, so that's a great outcome for everyone involved. So it was released to the Sentek's distributors a couple of weeks ago, and it'll be released to the market in September, I believe. It's really exciting. With my background in industrial design and business, it's just fantastic to see something like this actually getting out there into the hands of growers. Yeah, as I said, it's a research project, so research, you can hope, but you've actually got to prove that the ideas work and go through the rigour of the research. And I think there were times there where we were pushing a lot of boundaries, certainly in the early stages of the project, and a sort of a redefinition of the project by having a commercial partner involved is what helped us actually shape the product to what it needed to be. Look, we've got a great team, and we had good support from the uni, from TIA and all the key people, and that's helped us no doubt have the success.